The door or gate of your house is the last door that you open before you make contact with the outside world. Before you leave your house in the morning, you pass through this door. As you return to your house in the evening or night, you pass through this gate. As you go to school, as you go to your workplace, or as you go to the market, you pass through this door. And as you return, you equally pass through it. So this door is very, very important to you. It is as well important to your enemy. Be mindful of this door. Now I'm going to share a dream with you. There was a time that I was living in a bungalow house. And this bungalow was built in such a way that once you open the door, you are in direct contact with the outside environment. So I had this dream that somebody was defecating right in front of my door. So in the dream, as I stood up to go and open my door to challenge the person for doing such an evil thing, I woke up from the dream. I knew it was a bad dream. Normally, if you dream of stool or physics in the dream, that is, if you dream of where you yourself is defecating, or maybe you come in contact with a stool, most of the time it is a good dream. It means that money is coming your way and it won't take a long time. You receive that money. But I knew that this particular one is a bad dream. So I prayed against it very well because I woke up from this dream around 4 a.m. in the morning. Then I prayed for complete 2 hours against every plan that the enemy have against me that day, against every evil thing that the enemy has done in front of my door, in front of my gate. So I prayed for 2 hours before I opened my door that morning and went about my business. I kept on saying this prayer. Then during that week, I went for a night vigil. Then I received a prophecy to pray against every evil arrow that was shot against me by the enemy. I received the prophecy that this evil arrow was shot into the ground directly in front of my door. And that this evil arrow was shot in form of serpents, little serpents, tiny snakes, and they entered into the ground. And I should pray against it. So I prayed against it very well. But also I remember the dream that I had, that somebody was defecating in front of my door. So I know it was related to that dream. I know that is the same dream that I had. So I prayed throughout that week against every evil arrow because I was directed to pray that every evil arrow that was shot against me in form of serpents and entered the ground, waiting for me to step on it so that it enters my body. So I prayed against it, canceled the effect, and returned it back to the sender because I actually knew what happened after I finished that prayer. I saw the effect of the prayers. I had the news and I knew that this is where that evil arrow came from. Now, what about those that say that they dream and they forget? What about those that cannot remember their dream or those that don't dream at all? You may not know that this kind of thing has taken place and you open your door and you walk into the trap of the enemy. See, let me tell you, it is a very, very wrong thing for you to wake up in the morning and open your door or open your gate without praying. You should never touch your door or your gate without first of all praying, committing that day to God, destroying the effects of whatever your enemy has done against your life and destiny that day before you open your door. And that is why also it is very, very important for you to remember your dream. What if I have not had that revelation that morning and I open my door? Yes, I might be spiritual, I might be a very prayerful person, but who knows what could have happened? That is why dream, it is very good thing to dream. Revelation help us to fight this strategy of the enemy, because I actually know where that arrow came from. Because few days before that, I had a revelation that somebody I was praying was asking me in the dream, why am I that somebody shot an evil arrow on them, and I am standing just looking, doing nothing in that dream. So I started praying against the effects of evil arrow against that person in the dream. Okay, so what they did is to shoot that same evil arrow against me because I was assisting that person in prayer. The book of Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 26 talks about those that set traps. It said, among my people are wicked men and women. They set traps to catch my people. They set traps to catch men. So there are those who set traps not to catch animal. They set traps to catch men and women. And this is how they set that trap. Where do they set their trap? They set their traps in front of your door. They set the trap at your doorsteps. They set the trap at your gate. Do you know why? Because they know that this is where you pass through. They know that come rain, come sun, you must pass through this door. You must pass through this gate. So that they believe that whatsoever they do to you at your door or at your gate, they must surely get you. They believe that whatsoever traps that they set at your door, at your gate, you will fall into that trap. That is why I said you have to be very, very careful. You have to be mindful of your door. You have to be mindful of your gate. The book of Job chapter 3 verse 8 talks about those who are able to curse the day. Let me tell you, some people wake up in the morning, and they receive a curse because they did not pray and open their door. Those who are able to curse the day, they curse you through the trap they set. Instead of the day to be favorable to you, the day turn out against you. Okay? They can set traps of disfavor for you. You will not be able to receive favor that day, where you are going or what you want to do about that day. That is why you must be mindful of your gate. Don't don't toy that door. Don't toy that gate unless you have prayed very, very well. Now, when the enemy, because evil arrows are sent at your gate, when the enemy wants to send evil arrow against you, it is at your gate. What are evil arrows? Evil arrows are serpents that were shot against your life. Okay? Remember in the book of Genesis chapter 3, an enmity was declared between man and the serpent. God said to the serpent that man will bruise your head and you shall bruise thy heel. Evil people use this word against their victims. Okay? Evil arrows are sent. I said it again and again. Evil arrows are sent in form of serpents. When they shoot this evil arrow at your doorstep and you pass through this door and march on it, okay? Serpent bites. What it means, it's a spiritual serpent. So what it means that the serpent will bite you, and when it bites you, it introduces a venom. And that venom is for destruction. That venom is for catastrophe. It begins to deteriorate your body. Normally in the physical realm, when a serpent bites you, it begins to destroy your blood cells. It begins to destroy your body tissues. And you begin to cause internal hemorrhage. That is how it is with evil arrow. When evil arrow enters your body, it starts bringing destruction. It begins to work against your immune system. That is why people suffer from one disease or the other. When they go to hospital, the hospital will not find anything. Or they will give it a name, but they will not treat it. They are not able to cure it. Insanity is sent to people in form of evil arrow. It is an evil arrow targeted at your brain. What it means that is that serpents, the enemy of man, the worst enemy of man, has been targeted at your brain. When they enter there, they begin to scatter your brain, they begin to destroy things. In my case, like I shared, like the dream I shared with you, that evil arrow was targeted at my heart to cause nothing but death. It was targeted to cause me death. But thanks to the grace of God, by the gift of revelation and by the gift of prophecy, I was able to overcome the plan of the enemy, and I sent that evil arrow back to wherever it came from. The scripture said that you shall trample upon serpents and scorpions, and whatsoever represent the powers of darkness, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Yes, that scripture is true only if you live a spiritual life. You shall trample upon serpents and scorpions only if you live a spiritual life. You must pray in the morning before you leave your house, and also in the night you must pray. You shall trample upon serpents and scorpions if you take care of your gates before you open it in the morning, because that is where the serpents and scorpions are waiting for you. They are waiting for you to step on it so that they enter, so they bite. Scorpion bites. Scorpion stings, I mean to say, and snake bites. Okay? These are the things that the scripture is talking about. You only handle them to prayer. By your prayer, you take control of them. Don't fall into the trap of the enemy. Don't allow the enemy to get you in their trap. The enemy will get you at the door if you do not pray before you open your door. Your door and your gate, they mean something very spiritually. There is always an enemy at the gate. It is at the gate that the enemy is waiting for you. The enemy is waiting for you in the form of the worst enemy of man. The enemy is waiting for you in the form of serpent. For you to step on it so that it bites you and it enters. When it enters, it will start destroying things. It will start scattering things. For if the enemy enter, you can get a disease or sickness. And what that sickness will do, it will sap you of your finances. You begin to spend money. You start spending money. You start spending money. Now your finance is going down. That is also one of the ways that the enemy targets your finances. Be mindful of your door. Be mindful of your gate. Do not open this gate without first of all taking care. And also for those that do not dream, pray. Pray and pray that you are able to remember your dream. Pray against every power from any altar that is robbing you of your dreams, that is robbing you of your dream life. Listen, there are people who does not dream of bad things, but bad things happen to them because they could have take precaution. They wouldn't. The book of Job says that in the night when men sleep, when men slumber upon their bed, God speak to them. God speak in their ears through visions and through dreams to give them warning, to give them directions that will help them to escape danger, that will help them to escape the trap that the enemy have set for them. But many do not take heed because they forget their dream. Many do not take heed because they do not remember their dream. And because of that, they walk into the trap of the enemy. They walk into the will of the enemy. So, the information I'm passing to you now is that your gate is very important. It is important to you, it is as well important of your enemy. Do not allow the enemy to take charge of your gate, but rather take charge of your gate through living a spiritual life and through praying in the morning before leaving your house. I am Pastor Anozie. This is Liberty Hall. If you are new, please do well to subscribe. I would appreciate that so much. God bless you.